Hello fellow cinephiles, Film Guru here. For those new to the channel, my name's Sean, also known as Film Guru. Started this channel to have my particular style movies and a variety of other film content, so thanks for joining me today. Today I'll be reviewing Uncharted. This was directed by Ruben Fletcher and stars Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg, Antonio Banderas, Sophia Taylor-Ali, Tati, Gabriel, and a variety of others. And this is based on the Uncharted video games. Treasure hunter Victor Sully Sullivan recruits street-smart Nathan Drake to help him recover a 500-year-old lost fortune. I'm a huge fan of the video games, especially the first trilogy. I remember when I first discovered them, I really thoroughly enjoyed them, and I got so into them that I was just obsessed with it, and I always thought this would make a great movie. And even though there is kind of a movie-esque aspect to it with the cutscenes and a variety of things in the games themselves, I just wanted to see what a movie version of it would look like. And like everybody else who's a big fan of this series, I thought Nathan Fillion would be a perfect Nathan Drake. What I like with this is they went in a different direction. I take this as an interpretation. It's not exactly like the games and it doesn't follow the same suit, and the choices of actors may not be the usual choice for these particular characters, but I think it really works. I like the idea that Nathan Drake's a bit younger and so is Sully, and we get to see these two interacting together, much like in the third game, where you sort of see them join together and then it skips forward and they're in the present. I just wanted to see their relationship and how they work together, and I think this film really captures that. I think this film takes small bits and pieces from the games, little scenes, little sequences, and puts them into the movie in a different way. And it gives us a way to connect and understand the characters that we're watching. I thought all the acting was really solid. I thought Mark Wahlberg was really good. Antonio Banderas shows up for a short period of time. He's really good as well. It's good to see him playing this, but he's playing a lot of villains at the moment. I'd like to see him do something a bit different. Joining these two is Sophia Taylor-Ali and Tati, Gabriel. These two actresses are really great in the film. Sophia plays the Sophie character, a younger version of that character from the games, which I thought was really interesting. Casting her as with a young actress was really interesting as well. And Tati Gabriel plays sort of a character you can't sort of trust, a villainous character in a way, much like the game. But to me, the real standout here is Tom Holland. I haven't been the hugest fan of him. I haven't minded him, but ever since Spider-Man No Way Home, I've sort of grown to like him. I like the way he's evolving into an interesting actor, and I thought he was really great here. It's so different from Spider-Man and Peter Parker, and I love that. He was very physical in it. He's a dancer, so he's able to do a lot of those action and fight sequences really gracefully and really well, much like he did in Spider-Man. But this just feels something different to him. He doesn't feel a kid and he doesn't feel an adult. He's somewhere in between. And I kind of like that. He's trying to find himself, much like the character he's playing. And I love that. And I think the banter and relationship between him and Mark Wahlberg is fantastic. You could really tell it's more of a brother's relationship than Sully's being a surrogate father. And I like that, and that adds to it. I like this backstory about Drake's brother, and we get a moment there like we did in the games. I just think he's just encapsulates Drake in an interesting way, and I like what they've done with him. I like that they've cast him younger. And he handles a lot of the action sequences really well. There's some really great set pieces in this film. There's one involving helicopters and boats, and I really like that sequence. I like the mystery to it, and we're working out the puzzles as the characters do. It's allowing us to become part of it, to be participants rather than just observing it, and I love that. It reminded me of, the great adventure films, Indiana Jones, and especially National Treasure. There was a lot of National Treasure in this film, I thought. And I'm so happy we've got another adventure film. It's been so long since we've got a really good one, and this is great to me. I know there's a lot of people I know there's mixed opinions about this film, and there's some people that like it, some people that hate it. But I just wanted to be entertained. And like I said, being a big fan of the games, I had high expectations for the film, and I think it delivered. Was it exactly like the game? No, but that was the good thing about it. It was an interpretation, and it needed to be different to whatever we've seen before, because I just didn't want another cookie cutter. Let's take a game and make a movie from it, like Tomb Raider and Resident Evil and stuff like this. So I'm glad that they went with something more original here, and I was really impressed with what I saw. It has a really great opening sequence that is very reminiscent of the games. In the games, It always usually starts with Drake in trouble of some sort, and then it'll go back and show you how he got there. And that's kind of what this film does. It starts in a particular sequence, which is really fantastic. And I've never seen a film start quite like it did. And then it goes back and shows you his journey to that point. And I think this was really great. I felt it was very funny. There was a lot of really great banter between all the characters. And like the games, it's always someone double-crossing somebody else and them trying to work together to accomplish their goal. And it's really the journey of Sully and Drake's relationship and how they bond together and how they add a lot to their lives as the film goes on. All the fight sequences I think were really well captured and done, and they felt a bit different in many ways. And it felt like that adventurous swashbuckling sort of films that we got in the 90s and early 2000s, and I'm so happy we're able to get a film like this, and I was so impressed with it. So impressed, in fact, that it's going on my top 10 of the year. Whether it stays on there, I don't know, but it's definitely on there because I had an absolute blast with this film. I thought it was fantastic. Final thoughts. In the end, it's really about relationships, and it's about how sometimes we're thrown into something that we don't quite understand, and we have to navigate that and work out how to work within that system. And it's about relationships and bonding and joining together for a purpose. I'm going to give Uncharted 4 out of 5. Thoroughly enjoyed this film. It was fantastic from start to end. I was really immersed in it. It made me excited about adventure films again, and I'm so happy we got something like this. Anyway, that's all from me today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe down the bottom. Follow me on Facebook and Letterboxd. Otherwise, until next time, enjoy the movies.